Sorry for the delay that we're having. We think maybe the bandwidth is a little slow, backed up because everybody's working from home. We have our panel. We can go around the room here and introduce, everybody can introduce themselves. Bill, you want to start there?
Yeah, good morning from the Midwest, the cloudy Midwest. My name is Bill Wilson. I am with Valor Home Services. Been in the industry, construction and flooring industry for about 25 years now, and also retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant. And glad to be here and hope folks ask some good questions. We're ready to help some folks out. Let's have some fun.
All right, Ruth Ann.
Hi, I'm Ann, or Ruth Ann, but Ann from Capozzi Design Group in Chagrin Falls, Ohio, third generation kitchen and cabinetry expert. So I am owner of Capozzi Design Group. We're a renovation company located in Cleveland. And yeah, it's a great sunny day here in Cleveland as well. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm totally jelly, and because it is cold and cloudy and yucky here in Texas, but thank goodness it's going to be 80s in a couple of days. I am Robin Burrell with Signature Home Services. I am Rob's better half, of course.
Of course.
And I'm thrilled to be here this morning too with our really good friends, Ann and Bill.
And I'm Rob Matthews. I am the not better half of the person sitting next to me, obviously. And I just found out that. I'm a general contractor with our design build remodeling company and been in business for 25 years. And I'm like Bill, I'm also past military. I was in the United States Marine Corps. So we want to jump into some questions here. We've got some from Dana in, I think, Oklahoma City. She sent in a couple of them here.
Yeah, so one of the questions she asked was, what are the different types of shower doors? Because she said that they have stayed in different B&Bs before, and some of them don't even have any metal on the top or bottom. So who would like to take that question?
I'll take that one since we do so many of them in our bathroom models. What she is talking about is a frameless style door. That's the type of shower door that doesn't have any metal around it. The only metal that really is on the door is the handle and the hinges. So the glass is a little bit thicker, or actually a lot thicker. It's you have normally standards 3/8 of an inch versus or 1/2 inch versus the 1/4 inch, but those doors are much nicer and they are more expensive, but they give you more of that upscale look. So that's what she's probably referring to there. Okay.
Bill, do you have any questions from your audience?
We did have a client that reached out to us this week. We're actually working on their project, and it was regards not to necessarily leveling a floor that's not level, which we've covered a couple of times, but this was how do we bring the floor up to an existing floor level, and is that the best way to handle it? So we have a ceramic tile in one area, and they want to bring up the floor in the other area. So we actually ended up putting a 5/8 inch plywood down and then put down a 1/4 inch over the top to get up to the level. And we'll be able to bridge that now with the luxury vinyl. So the point I'm trying to make is there's not necessarily always a real reason to take up the existing floor if it's intact and stable with no issues. Just a case by case, and make sure that whoever comes out, they understand that and explain that to you. So that's really what I wanted to mention today is no need to take up all floors all the time.
Also, Bill, when let's say you had a ceramic, like in this case for your client, they had the ceramic and then the vinyl was going to be lower. Couldn't you come in with some type of transition or something to bridge that gap as well?
Yeah, transitions are always an option. We try to eliminate them as much as possible so that we have one smooth floor throughout. but they do make some coordinating transitions. Sometimes we actually fabricate those ourselves, but yes, that is definitely an option.
And then don't some manufacturers also have coordinating trim that you can use around the edges of against the baseboards that match the vinyl, luxury vinyl that you're putting down, or wood or something like that too?
They do. When it comes to wall base or wall trim or quarter round moldings and base shoe, typically we offer both solutions. One, a coordinating matching color to match the floor, or if you want to make it as part of the wall, a lot of times we recommend that. So if you have painted baseboards, white painted baseboards, we like to use a white painted, even a oak or pine quarter round, and paint it so that it all looks as one piece, one molding on the wall. But it is an option if folks want to do that.
Okay, awesome.
What about Ann? Do you have anybody send any questions in to you?
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping here. Did you get any questions from anybody this past week?
We just had one come through, and we have someone that's saying that the fronts of their cabinets are one color, and then the sides on the ends in the crown, that over the years it's lost color. Do you think that's because it's different materials?
The doors have faded much quicker than the actual box itself. That's really what has happened.
You must be frozen because she's not moving.
I'm sorry, I did not.
Yeah, are the rest of Bill, are you having the same response, or do you think it's just?
It may be en route, Ann's end. I'm hearing things well without any delays.
She's kind of freezing up a little bit.
Okay.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing every 17th word.
Yeah, sorry, I can't wait. Hopefully
Wow, okay.
we won't have this issue.
All right. So the question was asked about the cabinets. Somebody had written in and said that the fronts of their cabinets, they were some type of oak or maple, and the crown and the sides were still the same color as to when they had moved in. I think probably what has happened with the cabinets, all cabinets will have a wood front, but it's the boxes that make the difference in cabinetry as to what they're made up of. And I have Ann explaining this, since she's our cabinet expert, but she keeps, unfortunately, the connection isn't that great. But Rob, am I correct that a lot of the differences in, let's say, a good, better, best cabinet is that good cabinet, which let's say a quote low-end builder grade, is going to be made out of probably particle board, and then they'll put some type of skin on the sides, and then the best cabinets are all plywood, and the thicker the plywood, the better the box is made?
Some of the lower end entry-level cabinets, the boxes are like a particle board, and obviously you can't stain or paint a particle board, so they will actually put a veneer on the side, and that veneer may not even be wood. It may be a plastic that kind of looks like wood, and of course that's not going to fade over time. But the doors themselves on the front, those are wood, and those will fade naturally.
Okay, awesome. Bill, anybody else from your audience send in a question?
I did have one person, and I apologize for looking down at my phone here, folks, but I did have one question come in directly on my phone, and it was regarding hardwood floors and matching flush mount vents, hardwood vents, and whether or not those could be put in if they already have hardwood floors. And we do that all the time. We basically use a router and a jig to go in and cut out the hardwood around that ductwork, go ahead and drop in a flush mount, either pre-finished or site finished vent, so that it's a seamless seamless look, obviously, so it matches. And we can get those in any species. Obviously, it's easier to do it if we're going to be refinishing the floor during the installation. but they can definitely be installed after the wood's already installed.
Okay, awesome.
And if they are going to do this as a DIY thing, they could probably, if they had any leftover wood, or they could possibly take a piece to their local paint store or whatnot and see if they can match a stain also. Couldn't they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the pre-finished stains are a little bit more difficult to get the exact match. If it's something that we've finished, we use Duraseal stains, which is a Sherwin-Williams product. It's a commercial product under the Sherwin-Williams label. So we always recommend going there first. They're great. Sounds like I'm giving a couple plugs this morning, but they are great and definitely can do some matching for you.
I think we had another question from Oklahoma. One of them was, if you're doing an addition to the home, what do you have to think about to make it look like it was always there? It wasn't just stuck on the end of the house. And I always tell homeowners that, yes, we want to, any type of addition that we do, we want to make it look like it was there when the house was originally built. And the few things that you really have to pay attention to are the finishes. So trying to match the same brick, the same siding, the same paint colors, and the roof lines. The roof lines are key. Getting the same pitch and the same roofing material itself, shingles or metal roofing or whatnot. That's key. Matching the windows and the trim work. Those are the things that you really need to pay attention to.
Okay, great. So it looks like, Bill, we got another question for you. Can you talk to us? Someone's written in saying that they have really bad odors and experiences to odors, and it can send them, into a tailspin, which I certainly understand. When you put in flooring, and especially like if they're looking at a manufactured product, let's say luxury vinyl or wood flooring, they're probably worried about the odors, and in the industry we refer to it as off-gassing. But can you talk to us a little bit about that? Because I know we've made huge strides in trying to eliminate that in carpeting, flooring, paints.
Yeah, so really wide question there. Some flooring products obviously are higher VOCs. Those are the components that gas off, that smell that you get. Used to be really, really bad in carpet. They've really come out with some different latexes. A lot of things that we use, whether it's paints now or latex, the glue, the binders that we use, they're really water-based products now, really water-based friendly. So the off gas is not as bad, but we do recommend, if you can, ventilate the room for at least 24 hours afterwards. And there's some things that we can do internally to pull those odors out of the home as well. Primarily where folks really still see the gas off is really on the carpet side. Mohawk makes a great product. It's hypoallergenic. You can actually take it out if it gets wet and put it back in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's their Aero product, and we've had really a lot of great success with it. It's truly a waterproof system that you don't have to worry about mold and things like that growing. So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
No.
Look up Aero. It's actually a pretty interesting product. It's double-faced tape. It's not even stretched in. In some cases, you can recommend it to folks who want to do it themselves.
Okay.
That's great advice. I learned something today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I haven't heard of that either.
And then one of the other questions that we got was talking about window treatments. And since I'm the interior designer here in the group, Bill, you probably, and Rob, you couldn't talk too much about window treatments, and I don't know if Anne has connected back or not. But I would say the window treatment that's behind us, perfect timing, right, is of course, it's a plantation shutter, and this is actually, you can't tell it probably from the video, but this is actually made out of I'll say PVC is probably the best way to explain it. The reason why we did that is because we do have dogs, as probably most of you know, but this way the color is solid all the way through. Whereas if it was wood and painted, then if the dog scratched it or anything, you'd end up seeing that paint coming off. So it's really personal preference if you want that super smooth look or not. And then from there, you can go to motorized shades with different, light efficiency fabrics. You can go to, probably the best way to explain it is a waffle shade that you can pull up and down. There are also shades now where it's top down, bottom up. So you could lower the top a little bit and still have your privacy. Let's say you can just see over the top of it, or you keep it up enough that light comes through. And the window treatments now are such that you can pull and replace them. They're pretty inexpensive. Of course, like I said, the plantation shutters are going to be your most expensive. Whereas if you put those in, you're probably going to have them in for a lifetime. But then you don't ever have to worry about doing anything to them. Super easy to clean and maintain and take care of.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we are at 9:30. I think we're done for the day. Thank you, everyone, for the questions you've sent in. I'd like to thank Bill and Ann up in Cleveland, and my better half here. So we look forward to getting more questions this week for next Saturday, and we will see you then. Have a great day.